Welcome to QueerStory, where we uncover the hidden histories, untold truths, and lasting legacies of queer figures and their impact on culture, history, and society. I'm your host, and today we're honoring the life and career of an artist whose voice changed the world and whose story remains both inspiring and heart-wrenching. Whitney Houston. We'll delve into her extraordinary career, the pressures she faced as a global icon, and the questions surrounding her personal life and identity. By viewing her story through a queer lens, we'll not only celebrate her as an artist, but also examine the struggles she faced living in a world that demanded perfection. To truly understand Whitney Houston, we must first understand where she came from. Whitney Elizabeth Houston was born on August 9, 1963, in Newark, New Jersey, into a family deeply rooted in music. Her mother, Cissy Houston, was a gospel and soul singer who performed alongside legends like Aretha Franklin and Elvis Presley. Whitney's cousin, Dionne Warwick, was already a global sensation, known for hits like Walk On By and I Say a Little Prayer. Whitney grew up surrounded by music, but her environment wasn't just about melodies and harmonies. It was also about discipline, faith, and expectation. The church played a central role in her life. Her mother was the choir director at New Hope Baptist Church, and Whitney sang in the choir, where her incredible voice was first recognized. From a young age, Whitney exhibited a natural charisma and talent that made her stand out. Her mother trained her rigorously, ensuring her vocal technique was flawless. But this environment also created high expectations. Cissy was determined for Whitney to succeed, not just as a singer but as a star. By her teenage years, Whitney was already performing backup vocals for artists like Chaka Khan and Lou Rawls. Around this time, she also began modeling. With her striking beauty and poise, she became one of the first Black women to appear on the cover of 17 magazine. However, Whitney's heart remained with music, and in 1983, her life changed forever when Clive Davis of Arista Records discovered her. Let's pause here to reflect on the significance of Whitney's early years. Her upbringing in a family of strong, talented women provided her with a foundation of excellence, but also placed immense pressure on her to live up to those expectations. How did this duality shape the person she would become? We'll also explore the socio-political climate of the time. Whitney grew up in a racially charged America, where opportunities for Black women in mainstream media were limited. Her success as a model and singer was groundbreaking, but it also came with the responsibility of being a first. She wasn't just Whitney, she was a symbol of possibility. Whitney Houston wasn't just a singer, she was the voice. Her technical mastery, emotional depth, and unmatched range made her one of the greatest vocalists of all time. But what made Whitney truly special was her ability to connect. Her voice could move people to tears, uplift them, and make them feel understood. Her debut album, Whitney Houston, 1985, was a monumental success. With hits like Saving All My Love for You, How Will I Know, and Greatest Love of All, she became a household name. The album sold over 25 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling debut by a female artist at the time. Whitney followed this with even greater success. Her second album, Whitney, 1987, featured iconic tracks like I Wanna Dance with Somebody and Didn't We Almost Have It All. She became the first artist to achieve 7 consecutive #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, a record that still stands. But Whitney's impact extended beyond music. She became a global icon, breaking barriers for Black women in the entertainment industry. Her success in mainstream pop music was unprecedented, but it also came with challenges. Critics accused her of being too pop or not Black enough. These criticisms highlight the complex dynamics of race, identity, and representation in the music industry. We'll also dive into the cultural significance of Whitney's music. Songs like I Will Always Love You and Greatest Love of All became anthems of empowerment and love. How did these songs resonate with LGBTQ+ audiences, particularly during the height of the AIDS crisis? Whitney's music provided hope and healing for marginalized communities, making her an unintentional but undeniable queer icon. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of Whitney Houston's life is her relationship with Robyn Crawford. Robyn was not just her best friend, she was her rock, her confidant, and as Robyn herself has revealed, her first love. The two met in the early 1980s and quickly formed a bond that would last decades. In her memoir, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston, Robyn described their relationship as one of deep love and understanding. While their romantic relationship ended as Whitney's career began to take off, their emotional connection remained strong. Now we should explore the societal pressures that likely influenced Whitney's decisions. Her mother, Cissy Houston, was a devout Christian who openly disapproved of homosexuality. The music industry, too, demanded perfection and conformity, leaving no room for Whitney to openly explore her identity. We'll also discuss how Whitney's relationship with Robyn has been interpreted by the queer community. For many, their bond is a symbol of the resilience of queer love, even in the face of societal rejection. Whitney's story is a reminder of the sacrifices many LGBTQ+ individuals make to pursue their dreams. Whitney's life was marked by incredible highs, but also devastating lows. Her marriage to Bobby Brown was a constant source of media attention. The tabloids portrayed their relationship as tumultuous and destructive, but the reality was far more complex. Let's examine the role of the media in Whitney's downfall. From her struggles with substance abuse to her attempts at a comeback, Whitney was often reduced to headlines and sound bites. How did this constant scrutiny affect her mental health and sense of self-worth? Also, the intersection of fame, race, and gender in Whitney's struggles. As a Black woman in the public eye, she faced unique challenges that compounded the pressures of stardom. Whitney Houston's legacy is as powerful today as it was during her lifetime. Her music continues to inspire, her influence can be heard in countless artists, and her story remains a testament to resilience and grace. Let's reflect on the ways Whitney's story has been revisited and reinterpreted in recent years. From documentaries like Whitney to biopics like I Wanna Dance with Somebody, these portrayals have sparked renewed interest in her life and career. Also, how Whitney's story resonates with the queer community. Her bond with Robyn Crawford, her struggles with identity, and her ultimate triumphs make her a symbol of strength and vulnerability. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of Whitney Houston. Her story is one of love, loss, and resilience. But above all, it's a story of humanity. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to QueerStory for more in-depth looks at revolutionary queer figures. This is QueerStory.
I'ma do what I want, when I want, how I want.